What's the buzz? This is Zeta Beetle, and welcome back to TGIF. In this episode, I am almost done with the high-flying week. So, here we go. We're going to be getting through with a majority of the remaining damage. Join me for that, and I will meet you there. Alright, so, in this round, the shortest of the episode, I'm going to be going after the same challenge as I've been going after for a while now. So, here we go. Nothing new, nothing different. Just wait for the method, and I take down Rick and the IO guard right there together. And then somebody comes after me with a plasma gun that eliminates me on the spot. This is a fairly short 20-second leap from the previous clip. Or a little bit over 20 seconds, I think. 42 to 109, yeah. So that's a 27-second leap from the previous clip. And right now, I am trying to figure out where to get a weapon. And Rick was absolutely no help at all here. So, I just move on to try and figure out where the weapon happens to be. And right here, this person spots me. And I go onto the launch pad and try and find them again. And they hit me with the recon scanner shortly before I try lasering them with the SMG, getting some damage in the process. Alrighty, so now we are on to the next round. This time the leap is not quite so large. It's about 3 seconds more than the previous clip. However, a leap is a leap regardless, so let's go on ahead and get on with the challenge at hand. Many of these clips were unfortunately already edited by the time I got to them. Most likely due to the fact that at the time there was a little bit of a situation with the Wild Week that made it to where Jester just could not play Minecraft at all. So we had to change a few things up a little bit in order to get back to a manageable level and get Jester to where he could play again. Because the whole point of the competition is for both of us to be able to compete and for both of us to get a point. Edited though everything may have been, that didn't stop this clip from being the longest in the episode, clocking in at over 7 minutes. More specifically, 7 minutes and 48 seconds. So yeah. Looks like there was enough to give this episode a decent length. And to me, a decent length has been a good 20 minutes or more for a while now. There are exceptions to the rule in both directions. Like, I have looked over Stampy's content again and checked to see what all links he has done over the past, and I have noticed that some of his content wasn't even 10 minutes long. Although, due to what one of my favorite reacting YouTubers have said, 10 minutes will be the new minimum at the very least. But that's not to say that the minimum is going to be the average, because the minimum is called a minimum for a reason. that's about the shortest that I will allow it to be. In normal situations, the longest I would allow it to be is around 45 minutes long. However, there are also exceptions to every rule here, too. And where it comes to Stampy's contents, that couldn't be more true. Because the series that he's working on right now, The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, or at least he used to be working on it. He may have finished it by the time this was recorded. Or uploaded, rather. As it stands right now, he's at episode 101, which is an hour long, and he has said that he plans to stop at either 100 or a little over. It looks kind of like he's going to go a little bit over, if he hasn't already finished. But the point that I'm trying to make is much of his content in that series has extended past 45 minutes. So, ipso facto, since Stampy is a inspiration of mine, there you go. That does not mean, however, that I want to consistently put out content that is over 45 minutes long, because that would be boring and honestly speaking, you guys already don't watch a lot of my content for very long. Yeah, I've been looking at the analytics. I see where the drop-off point is. So, there are some of you, namely Spider-Man Canada, that I believe actually does watch the content from start to finish. But the average, according to the analytics, say that the drop-off point is a little bit over a minute, which, honestly speaking, is a little bit sad, but, you know, take some wins where you can get them, right? Sometimes the videos get like hundreds upon hundreds of views, and the drop-off point may actually be deceiving. I don't know how long many of you actually watch, but all I know is what the analytics tell me. So, honestly speaking, another thing that I have noticed is that sometimes TGIF will get the most views out of everything on the channel, despite it being a ridiculously outdated first season. As soon as this season ends, though, you guys can expect to see more up-to-date content with more characters on top of it. So there you go. There's that. And when I say more characters, I mean, here, let me get my, notes right quick, because, it's going to be a while before I, decide to, excuse me, before I decide to move again. So, when I say, you can expect to see about more characters, I mean you can expect to see at least 11. And I know that it's not, well, I say 11. It's more of 10, to be honest with you. Because the 11th one is yours truly. Although, then again, there might be different versions of me that show up, so you have that to look forward to. Anyway, I am getting off track, and I need to focus. Although, then again, maybe, maybe hearing me talking about other stuff would actually be more fun than just me staying silent about other stuff and just talking about what I'm doing here, because quite frankly, what I'm doing here is sitting under the stairs where, while I most likely record notes on what all I've gotten up to for the past little bit. Because as I have mentioned on many occasions, this is a competition series between me and Jester when it was being put on DVD. And that may still end up happening very soon. I might make a DVD, a practice DVD with this stuff in it too, because I have a problem with unfinished series, and as it stands right now, that contest is still unfinished. Alrighty, now we're moving on to the next round. This one is nowhere near as long as the last one, clocking in at just a little bit over 3 minutes. Just about 4 seconds shy of being 4 minutes, as a matter of fact. So, there we go. Pretty well, you know the drill at this point. Nothing's changed. Or at least, most of the time, nothing's changed. But there are exceptions to every rule. So, I believe that that the exception in this episode is going to come in one of its later clips. Yeah, I can see on my notes there that that is exactly the case. So, anyway, now let's jump on this launch pad right leg, and I head over here and take down this IO guard like this. After having grabbed a mini from him, the mission pops up, telling me exactly how much I've gotten at this point. Here's a little bit of a spoiler warning here. The challenge will be finished off in the next episode, as far as I can tell, at least. Because after that, there is a couple more. There's a couple more clips in August, and then we start getting into the September clips. And if I haven't told you already, then the clip that I recorded on September the 12th is going to be the very last clip in the season, if I'm remembering properly. Maybe it's not, but you never know, right? So here I am drinking my shield potions, both the mini and the big pot, and I rift away so as to get away from that guy. But he takes the rift alongside me, and most likely we're both heading over to this gas station. So either I'm about to die here, or I'm about to pull off an underdog victory wherein I get some more points on the board. So I am, for whatever reason, I decide to destroy that launch pad, even though I really need it for the mission. I guess I was calling myself trying to keep somebody from escaping, but at this point, it also cripples my efforts of getting the mission done real efficiently. So, there we go. That's the double-edged sword that this is notable for, I guess. I start pounding on that saucer because, surprise, surprise, that's another mission that I need to do. That is to say, to damage saucers with a player inside. And this doesn't have to be a player. As you may have noticed with the challenge to damage opponents within 20 seconds of landing from gliding, there are loopholes that you can exploit. Obviously, I did not manage to make it through the end of the round and complete any more challenges between the time that I saved that clip and the time that I made it to the end of the round. So, I just decided to do myself a favor and edit this clip to where I skydived it down onto this platform, onto this base, and I decided to just simply move on with the round at hand. The big thing about it is the times that I save it before the round's end is mostly to keep it from going over the 15-minute limit that we had imposed at the time. Not that it actually worked out that well, but hey, you know what? It worked out to the point where we still have a series, and to the point where the challenges have hit the winning point for one side. I'm not sure exactly if the other side is going to reach that goal first. Most likely not, because some of those achievements are actually kind of hard. So, to be perfectly honest, I don't even know if he's found a meadow for one of them yet. So, the thing about it is, oh, so this is where that inflatable challenge went. Okay. So, I'm not entirely sure why I have it this far in the future. Because I believe that the challenge it was supposed to be quite a bit further back. Although then again, I don't know that for sure. Don't quote me on that. But then again, you know, it's just kind of a situation where I don't know the specific details all that well, and this ain't even going to be shown on DVD in the first place, because this episode is going to be featured well past the time that one of us got the winning point. So that's that situation that you have to figure out for yourself. And here we go. I believe, well, there is actually one other challenge clip past this one before the outro. And this one is going to be different than the last, because now I'm having to deal with a saucer. And guess what other challenge that I just so happen to have? But I sure don't get that challenge done for lack of trying. It's just that I couldn't get on top of this saucer because they were flying too high. In a little bit, I'm going to be just giving up on trying to land on the saucer at all, and moving on to try and shoot the saucer from on the ground. But there's a while yet before I decide to do so. I believe it's right here that I decide to do it, and I head on over here on top of the roof right like this, and then I start going to town on the saucer in the distance. So I'm just pounding on it to trying to get the challenge done as quickly as possible. They're just drifting and bobbing up and down, so that makes it very, 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 very difficult to do. But I persist, and I eventually get it done anyway. So, once the saucer disappears off screen, it'll be time to clip it and move on. Alrighty, now we are on to the final part, the final clip of the episode. So, I land down here next to this boat because it was moving, and whenever you see a boat moving across the land, you immediately think that there is somebody in it that you can shoot and kill. Well, unfortunately that time, somebody had launched the boat onto the land and abandoned it for good measure. So, once I figured that part out, I cut my losses and I went on to the next part, which happens to be exploring these energy pylons. Or I say that, but I actually get into this truck right here and move on into well, I would say the eye, but I'm already in the eye. Here I want to say that I move on to the next IO outpost to see what I could do there. But I don't know the specifics, really, of any of that. So, honestly speaking, I am very, 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 very lucky that that truck did not hit a gas pump or a gas can and light the whole place on fire. Although then again, I have done that by default with the saucer. So even if I did, there's no real reason to fret about it too much, because in all seriousness, I am not innocent when it comes to blowing up gas stations at all. And that appears to be about it for this episode. Join me in the next one when I damage saucer, damage a player within 20 seconds of landing from gliding, search ammo boxes, search chests, place a jammer in a corny complex, leave secret documents at the Pleasant Park, and talk with Dreamflower. In the meantime, though, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Until then, adios, amigos.